here's the playbook. I'm holding it up. You just heard some of your party's talking points. One of them was that fewer people are getting covered. And when I was looking through the talking points, or the playbook, it says here that the administration promised as many as 30 million people would get insurance through Obamacare, and now they're only promising 7 million people actually getting the coverage. So I talked to Jason Furman, the chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, today, and I asked him about that specific talking point, and he said, look, that 30 million target is over time. The 7 million is by the end of next year. These numbers are apples and oranges. That talking point doesn't add up. What do you say, Chairman?
Well, look, I mean, they're doing what I think as political strategists have to do, is they have to start lowering expectations, and very quickly. We know what they're doing. But it's not going to change the narrative, Aaron. The president made very specific promises as to access, as to doctors, as to affordability, and none of that is coming true. Now, I know it's early, but the diagnosis doesn't look good in the future either. And so, you know, we're talking about this every day, and as far as I'm concerned, if it's Obamacare, they're losing and we're winning.
But that's an interesting narrative there, and of course, sort of the winning and losing. I mean, the White House did formally respond today to this playbook. Spokesman Eric Schultz weighed in, issuing a statement that reads, for the past 5 years, Republicans have been obsessed with sabotaging Obamacare. They tried to block it. They tried to repeal it. They tried to overturn it. They tried to defund it. They shut down the government over it. Their 18-page playbook of partisan attacks is 18 pages longer than their health care plan. And the president has said this about his health care plan.
I've said many times, I am willing to work with anyone on any idea to make this law perform even better.
This is the question, isn't it, Chairman? And when you're talking about you're winning and they're losing, isn't the whole point that you would want to fix this bill? Maybe it's not good, but make it better instead of killing it?
Well, that's what Upton and Ron Johnson and all the rest of the Republicans tried to do the other day, Aaron, and they're not going to take it up in the Senate. And yeah, you're right. We've been obsessed with Obamacare because it stinks, because people don't want it. And so why wouldn't we be obsessed over killing off something that the American people don't like, that's costing them more money, they're losing their insurance? Why would, of course. And I think we should be proud to be obsessed to get rid of Obamacare. And as far as the president listening to all of these ideas, Aaron, come on. They didn't listen to our ideas on Christmas Eve about junk lawsuits and pooling resources and open pricing that would drive down prices and allow more access. They didn't listen to anything. They drove through Obamacare. They did it without us, and now we're seeing what a mess it is. So, you know, yeah, we're obsessed because it's horrible.
All right, you're obsessed, but again, I guess I asked the question on this, is that Schultz had a point, right? He said you're 18 pages of attacks on Obamacare is 18 pages longer than the GOP health care plan. Where's the alternative?
It should be, listen, I think it should be 1,800 pages. I mean, 18 is too little for how bad this thing is. And but come on, we've had hundreds of bills and proposals, but there are many simple things that we've proposed, and I just outlined them, so I won't take up your time on the air on this, but clearly we've never tried open pricing in this country. We've never seen what would happen if we had open pricing. We've never allowed individuals and small businesses to pool their resources together, to have more accessibility, lower prices. And we've talked about junk lawsuits for how many years in this country, and we have proposed it and proposed it. No one on the Democratic side took it up. Yeah, I mean, so come on. These are things that we've been proposing for years, but they don't want to work with us. So guess what? We're going to tattoo Obamacare on their foreheads, and we'll beat them with it next year, and we're going to do it.
One person that is supposedly on your side on this is New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and I say supposedly on your side because he is certainly, at this point, perceived as a front runner for the 2016 Republican nomination. Everyone talking about that. Here's what he said today.
2016 is a long way away, and I'm 2 weeks out of a campaign. I'm not, looking to start speculating about other campaigns already. We've got to 2014 to deal with. That's what we're going to deal with.
So that's how he talks. But of course, his new job as the chairman of the Republican Governors Association, as you know, Chairman, he's going to be traveling the primary campaign trail, and he's going to get to do it over the next year, right? Putting him in the catbird seat. But I asked another Republican 2016 hopeful, Senator Rand Paul, about Christie this week on the show. He told me Christie is, quote, not fiscally conservative due to his decision to accept the expansion of Medicaid in his state, to accept that under Obamacare. Is Senator Paul right? Is Chris Christie going to be shunned by people like you because he has embraced Obamacare?
Listen, Aaron, you're very good. And I know you want to get me in the middle of this. I'm not going to. You know, I'm the chairman of the party. I'm for all of them. I'm for Rand, and I'm from Governor Christie. And all these governors have to make different decisions based on their own states. But that's the point. I mean, federalism is an important constitutional principle. And when you allow the 10th Amendment to work, each state can make their own decisions. And so clearly, you know, I think we got a lot of good conservative Republicans running. I think we're going to have a great bench, and I think that's a big difference between us and the Democratic Party. They've got one person, which is, you know, somebody that's been around for a long time, and I think that we need somebody fresh and new running this country.